Hello, Williamson County. I'm Kerri Hudson, and welcome to It's About You, an informational program about the classes, activities, and special events of the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department. Today, we're continuing our summer hiatus out of the studio and visiting another one of our beloved summer camp programs, Camp Will. Camp Will has an amazing history in Williamson County and offers a one-of-a-kind experience for Williamson County youth and adults ages 6 to 23 with developmental and intellectual disabilities. A camp or program like Camp Will is really unmatched in our area. Campers' days here are filled with games, arts and crafts, swimming, music, dance, plus special guests and attractions. The structure of this program was changed a little as well when Williamson County Parks and Recreation was given the opportunity to double this program this year and now offers programs at Walnut Grove and Winstead Elementary School. We again want to thank the Williamson County School System for allowing us to utilize their facilities in the summer for this program and the chance to offer this incredible opportunity to so many families in our community. Camp Will has touched many lives over the years, and we want to give you a chance to experience what this unique program is all about.
Camp Will is a program for kids with special needs who might otherwise not be able to go to camp, to give them that experience in the summer that all other kids have. Without Camp Will, they would not know what a summer camp is. There would be no other place we could send them.
Camp Will is a day camp for kids to adults with special needs from the age of 6 to the age of 23. We offer daytime activities on a 30-minute block for them to participate, and we have a lot of fun.
So to be eligible for Camp Will, our campers must be a Williamson County resident. All of our campers have some sort of intellectual or developmental disabilities. So we have campers with autism, Down syndrome, Prader-Willi, cerebral palsy, and the list goes on and on and on.
Camp Will is a special opportunity that the Williamson County Parks and Rec provides at an affordable cost for individuals in a population that there aren't always many opportunities for. So Camp Will is an oasis in the summer for each of these special campers.
Well, I've told people you need to move to Williamson County just for Camp Will. I mean, I don't know what I would do if we didn't have it. Emotionally, physically, for me, with how high needs my son's autism is, it just drains me. And for me to have no respite at all during summer is just, it would be very difficult.
I think for the campers, just to have somewhere in the summer they can come to, have a lot of fun. The activities are geared towards their abilities and the things that they can do and their strengths. I think that just makes a huge impact on them, and it ends up being a really great day. A lot of times at the end of the day, parents say they sleep good at night, that they like to talk to their friends and their families about what they've done. So we just really want to be a positive impact on the special needs community.
We love it. I mean, this is his 4th year. The reason why we started doing it after kindergarten was to give him structure, because he thrives on that, but he loved that first year experience. He loved all the different activities, being physical, all the sports, all the outdoors time that they got, and we saw a real boost in his confidence that first year, so that's why we come back every year.
Camp is structured differently than school, but it's on a schedule. So most of our kids are used to a schedule. They like a schedule. They like to know ahead of time what they're going to do, but we also like for them to be able to adjust, to adapt to changes. So we print out a schedule every week, and when they come in the door, they're greeted, they go back to their rooms, and they are with their other group kids, and they play, and then they might go to the gym, or they might go outside and play in the morning. And their day goes on a 30-minute schedule, so they switch classes every 30 minutes throughout the day. So they're not sitting in a class for a full hour and getting bored. It's 30 minutes. And every 30 minutes they change and go somewhere else. They don't sit in the room for an hour. So they are on the move all day long.
Well, every morning before we come to camp, we have to read the daily schedule of every item that's happening throughout the day. They love that they know what's happening ahead of time. Do we read every day what we're doing on the schedule?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we do a what I did today sheet for each camper, and we send one home every day. And at the beginning it says for my goal of, and let's say it's social skills. This camper did such and such activity, and they, made the individual, idea to do this or that, or took initiative in some way. So it just depends on the goal, but we do send something home every day for the parents to read, and especially for the ones who are nonverbal, and this is like to show them, like, I did this at camp today. I may not be able to tell you, but this is what my counselors saw in me today.
You like bowling? What was your favorite?
Oh, I had a parent tell me just the other day, we love these sheets you send home every day because we go over it every night. He's so excited to tell me everything about his day, and this helps me have a cue because it's a nonverbal student who has some words, some signs, but this gives the parent an opportunity to know kind of what they did, what's coming up. They can discuss it with their child, prepare them if they need to, go over their triumphs and the things that they've accomplished that day. So I've had a lot of feedback from families that are just, thank you so much for communicating with us every day. They just love being here.
We try to schedule it so we have something active and then something passive and then something active. And it really works out nicely because those kids are really keeping their minds going, they're keeping, occupied, and they're having fun, and they're not sitting around and getting bored. This kind of goes on, and the schedule is different every day. They get to do art, they get to dance, they get to listen to music, they get to do a wide variety of different things.
In a general school setting, you do have that schedule that you follow all day, every day. In camp, we have a schedule. We have picture schedule up on the board, and we follow that. But if we have a camper that just isn't feeling it or doesn't want to go out in the heat or is really tired that day or is just struggling with something, they can stay back and we can color a picture, we can work on a puzzle together, or if we need to go just take a walk around the building. We have that flexibility in our schedule to be able to do that because we do have 3, 4, 5 counselors in the room to our 8 to 12 campers. So it allows us to be able to give everyone what they need.
Gotta find it. Where'd it go? You wanna hit one in the meantime?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That one? All right, go for it.
It's set up so that there's different activities all day long. There's enough downtime just to hang out and talk to your friends, but there's something going on pretty much the whole way through. So you have indoor, outdoor, art, music, dance. So just a good variety. Every day, every week.
Each day is a little different as far as how we structure our camp day. We try to run activities after the kids get checked in for about 30 minutes at a time throughout the day. We cover art, dance, sports. Sometimes they'll just have downtime and free time to be able to chill out and hang out with their friends and their counselors. We start our day at 9, activities start at 9:30. And we run up until 3 o'clock.
I love when everyone first comes and their faces light up when they see us waiting for them at the door, and they're like jumping for joy and they're really excited. And I just love watching them throughout the day. Like if I know they like one activity, being able to see them do that and just light up, and then having their parents come pick them up at the end of the day and they're dirty and exhausted, and we can tell them all the incredible things they do, and their parents have such a sense of like relief almost, and they're just so excited for them that they got to do that. And I think just giving those families that opportunity, I think, is what gets me out, and being able to see it happen.
So for this summer at Camp Will, we have over 120 campers registered sometime over the course of the 7 weeks. Each campsite is able to accommodate up to 48 campers. And as far as our ratios, we typically maintain a 2-to-1 ratio, so 2 campers for 1 staff. From location, from there, we break our campers down into smaller groups. We find that working in a smaller dynamic just makes for a better experience. So each campsite has a total of 6 groups, where you may see anywhere between 8 to 12 campers on the roster. Typically, we'll have around 8 to 9 campers per week in each group with up to 4 staff, possibly more depending on the number of people that are registered for that week. We do divide our campers out by age. So where you may see maybe 6, 7, and 8-year-olds together, 9, 10, 11-year-old, and then on up. So we're very mindful of those social boundaries, if you will. We have found that, putting a 23-year-old in the same group with a 6-year-old is not the most appropriate. So we find that having peers of similar age is a nice balance for us.
The campers here learn so many different things, and of course every disability is different, but as a camper who has autism might learn to be able to be more flexible. They may be able to not have to follow a schedule so rigidly. They may be able to go to a class and be able to wait a couple minutes, or maybe able to drink from a different type of cup, or be able to understand that we can do this out of order, or if something's canceled, it's not the end of the world. People are able to be more flexible with friends that maybe they haven't had a lot of opportunities or social opportunities because of their disability. And here they're in a group where they're with the same kids for a whole summer or for weeks at a time, that they end up feeling like their family.
There's a lot of things that, especially for my son with autism, that he can't really experience because of a large groups, like going to a fair or to a carnival with a bounce house. It's just really impossible to take him because of all the people and people not understanding that he might melt down if he has to get off. And so Camp Will provides a real safe environment for him to try some of these new things that he hasn't experienced before.
We have a little more leisure and a little more leeway to step back and let the kids do it in their own time. And that allows them to be more independent. And it allows us to really learn more patience and not just to jump in and do it for them so we can get it over and done with.
And it could be something for us that's a very simple task. Maybe it's learning to make a choice independently. It could be something so easy and something that we take for granted, but maybe for some of our campers, it's a big deal to be able to have that support and encouragement and then go and make an independent choice. Is a pretty awesome feeling. There's a lot of empowerment there.
I think they learn maturity, I think they learn security, and they become very comfortable with the counselors, and because we teach them different things, and we're always with them and they can rely on us, and I think they appreciate that very much.
At first I was a little scared about it. Brenna had some very difficult behaviors last year, and I wasn't sure that camp was going to be able to work with her. But they did, and they loved her. And even when she fussed or misbehaved, they worked through it with her.
So Cole is mostly nonverbal. He has a few words that he says, but he can't tell me if there's a problem or if there's something wrong. So I had a lot of apprehension our first year. And one of my major concerns was safety. Would there be somebody with him at all times? Would there be somebody with him when he went to the bathroom? I just wanted to make sure that it was a safe environment. And Camp Will has exceeded all of my expectations.
Yeah, as soon as I picked her up and I saw how much love was here at the camp and how much they cared about the kids, it made it a lot easier.
Every time there's like a field trip or something at school, all day long I'm filled with dread because you never know how those are gonna go. And other than maybe the first week of his first year at camp, I would never feel that way when he's here. Even when I know he's on buses going to swimming, I never feel dreadful that anything's I know if something does happen, they're gonna meet him where he's at and take care of it in the fashion he needs for it to be taken care of. And as a mom, I've never felt nervous bringing him here. And there's not many activities that special needs moms don't feel nervous at. So, that's a big deal for me to be able to feel confident and safe. And he feels safer. He wouldn't have so much fun and be so relaxed when he walks in. He actually came home the other day and told me that he loved Camp Will because everybody there thinks he's the coolest.
I hope you've enjoyed the first half of our show. Stay tuned. When we come back, we'll spend more time with the amazing staff, campers, counselors, and parents of Camp Will.
Please come on out and join us at the 2016 Williamson County Fair from August 5th to the 13th at the Ag Expo Park in Franklin, Tennessee. This year's theme is Barnyard Mardi Gras. Some daily events at the fair this year include carnival rides, the escape artist Lady Houdini, livestock shows and more. And don't forget the great food. Some special events include Elvis tribute artist Sean Clush and Cody Ray Slaughter, the Bluegrass Music Festival, and much more. Ticket prices are $7 for adults, $4 for children ages 6 to 12, and children under 6 get in free. Hope to see you there.
Welcome back to It's About You. Today we're taking an in-depth look into Camp Will, our therapeutic summer day camp program for Williamson County children and young adults ages 6 to 23 with developmental and intellectual disabilities. I think you'll see more of in the second half of our show today what makes this program so special and well loved.
In addition to our wonderful counselors and head counselors, we also hire a variety of other staff, including nurses and CNAs, therapists, and activities staff. Our nurses and CNAs provide personal care to the campers that need that type of service.
We are skilled in first aid, seizure management, medication management. We keep an eye out for the children, especially if they're in wheelchairs. Sometimes they're in wheelchairs just because they get tired, and so we keep an eye out for them, that they are walking and doing everything they need to do. We help to keep it a safe area here. And we respond when emergencies come up. Nosebleeds, cuts, scrapes, head bumps. We do all of it. We do all of it. And everybody loves the kids. And the nurses know the kids. We call them by name. We love them.
And then as far as our therapist staff and our activities staff, we do have an art therapist on staff, we have an art teacher, we have a dance therapist. So you're going to see these staff in more of a leadership role. They're facilitating activities, whether it's a music and a movement group, whether it's working on an arts project, whatever have you. They've planned an activity, and then the groups will go see these therapists throughout the week and work on a project or a session. But then in addition to the therapist staff, we have just activity staff. So these folks are kind of a jack of all trade. You're going to see them maybe leading a parachute activity. Maybe they're making sure the groups are getting to whatever special event is on the calendar for the day. Or just being able to go into a group and offer an extra set of hands or support if a group is just having a moment where they need that. So we rely on these staff just as much as we do our counselors and head counselors as well too. So we have it's a great team. There's a lot of support there across the board.
The counselors here are great. They, I would say more than several, come back year after year. So we've seen them grow up and the counselors move on. A lot of them are professionals during the school year and continue because they have such a heart for this population that they continue on in the summers, you know, and you can't do it just for a paycheck. You really have to have a heart for being here because it's what we do all the time out of love. But it's for those 7 weeks of heaven that they get to be here and they learn more and more about our kids and love on them and play with them, and they're fresh and ready to go, and it's a sweet thing to see the same ones coming back year after year, same counselors, because they enjoy it so much, otherwise they wouldn't.
This is my first year at Camp Will, and a lot of my friends are asking me why I started working over the summer. You know, it's my time as a teacher to take time off and enjoy myself, and I have fallen in love with Camp Will. This is my first year, and it is the most organized camp I've ever been to, where the campers are great, the counselors are wonderful, and it just feels like a place, a home, and I've enjoyed working with these kids. It's not work, it's fun for me. I've enjoyed it. I tell everybody about Camp Will this summer, everywhere I go.
My favorite part of Will is to meet awesome new table staff. I like Cindy, Rebecca, Daisy, Rita. They are my part of my family. So, yeah.
As far as our counselor staff, lots of different qualities can make for a fantastic counselor. Being outgoing and really getting our campers engaged and involved with different activities, offering that support, offering that encouragement.
Someone who's willing to be goofy with the kids, that's super important. I know sometimes it can be hard for someone to, get down on the ground and be silly or do the chicken dance or whatever we're doing, I think that is number one. And then also just being patient and learning to go with the flow with these kids.
Flexibility is a big one. We have a fantastic schedule that we work with, but we also encourage flexibility. Life doesn't always go according to plan, and you've got to be able to roll with it. So being laid back and being flexible are great qualities to have as well too. Our staff are very dependable. We rely on our staff for the whole duration of camp. And it's essential for our staff to be here to be able to provide the program that we have. But just going into an activity, working with our campers, being open-minded, and just making sure that they're providing a fun and safe environment.
Someone told me the other day that I was a 12-year-old trapped in an adult's body. I was dancing with a camper the other day in dance class, and I was exhausted when I left because we were dancing around to Taylor Swift like we were at a Taylor Swift concert. There's no judgment. We are encouraged to be engaged and enrich these campers' lives any way we can. And so it's just a lot of fun. We have as much fun as the campers do here. It's like getting to go to camp again as a kid.
What I'm doing at Camp Will is actually what I went to college for. Learning how to work with different folks with different disabilities, encouraging independence and social skills, and a variety of new experiences through recreation choices and opportunities. So I'm kind of living the dream. Not everybody gets to go to school for what they enjoy doing and then actually have an active career of it too.
It does take a very special counselor to be here at Camp Will. They usually have a passion for these children and adults that have special needs, and they're very involved and active with them here. So it's not just babysitting. They have to participate with them, get them very involved, and they all really seem to enjoy doing that.
Yeah, we teach our counselors to modify activities to different kids' ability levels, their interests, their mood. If a group is playing the Wii and they're not loving it, they have the opportunity to go do something else, go to the gym, to try something that they know that their campers really like, and that's something you have to learn just as a counselor over the summer. And you learn your kids pretty quickly, so that comes with time.
Well, I can tell you this year, he was excited when someone asked him what he wanted to do for the summer. He said, "I'm going to Camp Will. I'm excited." So
I know.
I know.
I always am. Every time.
And he's okay with me working here too, so even better. So we both, excited. Every week we get ready to go to another week of camp.
Do you like coming to camp with Mom now?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Do you have all the time?
Do you have all the time?
Gotta be away one more time. We gotta be away a while.
Yep, it helps me to be next to Brenna, but I enjoy getting to know all the kids and the parents, and I like the fact that I understand what it's like to have an emergency at camp, and so if I have to make any parent contacts, I don't know, I just like the fact that I kind of know what it's like going on. I have a child with seizures, and I have a child with behavior problems, and so I know what it's like to get those phone calls. So it makes me feel good that I can help take care of these kids and give the parents a break and take care of them well.
Lots of things make Camp Will successful. Everything from the staff that we hire, to the campers that attend the program, to the people that are kind of behind the scenes, parents, grandparents, caregivers. All these factors come into play, and that's what truly makes our program successful. Having staff that are caring, that are supportive, able to offer encouragement, having campers that are willing to try new experiences. And for some folks, that's more challenging than you would realize. But then too, the support that we receive from the parents in any situation, whether it's good or if we're having a challenging day, we know that we can call our parents, get some more information, and they're willing to bend over backwards to work with us to try to resolve whatever issue. And then two, support that we receive from the community, our county commissioners, my immediate superiors, meaning our deputy director, our director. Having their support is just phenomenal, and it truly makes all of this happen.
I think what makes this camp so successful is the the staff for one, but also the help of the parents. Feedback from them and being able to work with them and know what works for their camper, their kid, it helps us out a lot.
I think that the people that come to work here, even if they're new and they come in, they see that the people that have been here and the people that care about this camp really do care. And they can see it when the kids come in. They can see it with the smiles on their faces and how people treat the kids that come in and the participants and the fellow staff. I think that they just see it's a loving, fun environment and that it's so needed.
It definitely, like, you definitely have to have a passion for it. I mean, it's not something just anyone can come in and say, I can do this. It's not a thing everyone can do, I don't think.
It's a rewarding job, and I love it, and I love the children, and I just like being with them and helping them. And when they say, Charles, I love you, or Charles, thank you for being here, that makes it all worthwhile. And I'm certainly not here for the money. I'm here for I want to hear that. So I love that.
I think it's a happy place. Like, it's one of those places you'll want to be at. You know, like, I wake up and excited to come to Camp Will, not more so because I'm getting paid or, you know, it's just fun, you know, so I love it.
To be a successful counselor, I would say you have to have patience, you have to be encouraging, you have to be kind. At first, being a counselor is kind of scary because you don't want to say the wrong thing or accidentally make someone upset or hurt their feelings, but you just get to know your campers and what they like, how to interact with them, what not to do, what to do.
And you need to know how to take a stressful situation and just to be able to find the good in it and to be able to focus on the camper's needs instead of your own.
Where else can you can young kids get to know that many other people and be able to say, these are all my friends? It's really neat.
For me with Camp Will, when I drop them off in the morning, I know I do not have to worry about their safety. I know that if an issue does arise, I have people who are very willing to listen to what my concerns are, and then we address them together. I was very worried that my son's behavior might be an issue with some of the things that he does. The staff was very willing to work with me. They even, let our behavior therapist come in and observe. So they've just been very accommodating here, and when you have a partnership with a camp that really listens to some of the parents' concerns, it just makes you feel so much better about leaving them there. And so it's just been, I really don't worry about them while they're here. I know that the camp counselors love my kids and will keep them safe. And as a parent, not to have that worry on me during the day, every day, and especially if my kids screamed and cried to go to camp every day, would just crush me. And so the fact that they are excited to get in the car and to come, I mean, it's a great way to start the day.
That's all the time that we have for today. Thank you for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed getting to learn more about Camp Will and what a phenomenal opportunity this program is for so many people in Franklin and Williamson County. If you would like more information on other therapeutic programs offered by the Williamson County Parks and Recreation Department, you can visit our website at wcparksandrec.com. Also, be sure to follow us on our social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and YouTube to get more information, photos, and videos of all of our exciting offerings. We'll see you next time, and until then, remember, Williamson County, it's all about you.